and they're walking down these rows of decomposing, bloated corpses trying to find their son or their daughter. You have maggots everywhere, you have flies everywhere, you have rats everywhere.
You were one of the first forensic scientists that went out in the aftermath of the tsunami in 2004. And in the book you described some of the scenes like Dante's hell. That must have been awful.
It was awful. We were in a situation where thousands of individuals had lost their lives. There was no warning that this was going to come. This wasn't a war zone. This was a natural disaster. So people were caught on holiday at Christmas time, enjoying themselves. The problem was that because the wave came in when it did and then went out, you ended up with bodies strewn everywhere. And in an effort to try and help, what people were doing were picking up bodies, putting them into the back of flatbed trucks and taking them to the temples. So the temples had piles and piles and piles of corpses because nobody knew what else to do with them. Now that isn't a criticism of the country because they were completely and utterly caught unprepared and unaware. And you think, well, what do we do? And what they did was they laid all the bodies out in rows upon rows in the forecourts of the temples. And you're in such incredible heat that the bodies are decomposing in front of you. And families are coming in trying to find the person that they're looking for. And they're walking down these rows of decomposing, bloated corpses trying to find their son or their daughter. You have maggots everywhere, you have flies everywhere, you have rats everywhere. And so there almost isn't a worse place if you can imagine what you hear, which is the grief, what you smell, which is the decomposition that is so thick you taste it, what you see and what you touch. Every single sense you have as a human is assaulted.
Does that not haunt you?
No, because our job is to do a job. And so you have to find in your head a clinical compartment that you can go into. And you say, I didn't cause this, I'm not responsible for it, I don't have the guilt of it, but I'm needed. And my job is to go in here, to find the evidence, to convey the evidence, and to allow others to either agree or disagree, but hopefully agree so a body can be released, or in a criminal aspect, for the jury and the courtroom to make its decision. So you try to take yourself out of the immediate environment you're in and cope with it inside your own head. It's very dangerous. And there are a lot of our colleagues who end up with trauma-related stress. And nobody ever says, it's not going to happen to me. If you do that, you're a fool, because you don't know whether it's a smell or a sight or a sound or something that will trigger it. And it's right the way through every single day, every event, you are actively trying to protect yourself from allowing your professional world to bleed into your personal world.